Hey, I'm back in Goldsboro now and riding down George Street, coming up on West Grantham Street for those who are familiar. Still snowing, at least lightly to moderately, 32 degrees outside. From what I've seen so far, the roads are mostly just wet, but there is a little bit of slush in some of the less traveled areas, and you have that usual trend where you have grooves where the people's tires usually go, and in between the tire grooves there's a little bit of slush. What I am seeing also, there's a good bit of water in between the grooves, so regardless of whether there's snow on the road or not, there's still the potential for hydroplaning, so it's not a good idea to go very fast this morning, even if the road is just a little wet. With that said, things are certainly drivable. You just have to take your time and be careful and get plenty of braking distance and all those things. The ground temperatures I posted yesterday are running in the mid to upper 40s. I'm sure they've cooled down some now that the snow is on it, but the thing is, road temperatures and the black asphalt holds a lot more heat than the actual ground does, so it takes a lot more to get the roads to be snow and ice covered, and it takes a lot more heavier precip. And right now it just doesn't seem to be snowing quite hard enough here to do that. Back in Pikeville area, it was snowing a good bit harder than this. Even here in Goldsboro, there's a good coating of snow on the ground. Without getting out and measuring it, it's hard to tell how much. There's at least a half inch, if not an inch, even here in town. Cross over Ash Street. You can see the snow a little bit better here in town with all the extra lights and everything. Plus, you can drive a little bit slower and it shows up better too. And here's Center Street in downtown Goldsboro. Still got some Christmas lights up on some of the trees anyway. So when I looked at the radar last, the back edge of the snow was around the Raleigh area, and that should continue shifting east. And I think, for the most part, areas from Wilson, Goldsboro, Rocky Mount, Tarboro, and all that, it should be over with by around 7 or so. It may last a little bit longer down toward the coast. Definitely a nice little winter event, and I know there were quite a few models who were spitting out some ridiculous snowfall totals of 7, 8, in some cases even 9 inches of snow. And then you have other models like the NAM, which were showing a lot less, and it's just hard to say which one's right sometimes. I know the NAM sometimes is better with temperature profiles, and sometimes it's best to take a blend of all of them and just see what the average is, and that's kind of what you have to do sometimes to figure out where the right answer is. I definitely think if you were to blend those together, I mean, I think this what we want to see is a good 1 to 2 inches around areas south of Highway 70 and along the Highway 70 corridor, with higher amounts up in 264 and 64, Rocky Mountain, Tarboro, and those areas. So I think it was well modeled. I mean, there was definitely signs on the model for the last 7 days there might be snow today. You just got to take those and be careful with them, because we do live in North Carolina, and it just isn't as likely to get snow here, even when there is a model agreement. You have to wait till closer to time. So I think it was a well advertised event, and we'll see how things turn out. And that was a look at downtown Goldsboro. We're going to get ready to end the video, and just hope everybody will drive and have a good day and enjoy the snow while you can, because it may melt pretty quickly once this stops later on this afternoon, or later on this morning I should say, because again the ground is warm. So enjoy it, and we'll see if we can get some more later before the winter's over. Thanks for watching.